In this video, I'm going to take you through the process I use in grading your final project. I start working directly from the same check sheet that you use to build your final project. So the first two things I'm going to be looking for is a written user story and a written algorithm. So I go into the Moodle page and look and see, in this case I'm looking at students whose last name is Fox. This is what she's turned in. She's turned in a document called SFox Algorithm and one called SFox User Story. I download and look at both of these and make sure they meet the requirements for user story and algorithm. So check, she gets the first two correct. She's got those 10 points. The next thing I do is open the user's file in Alice, which I've done here. I play it through, and you saw the video previously. This is the one with the new student in school talking to the nerd and the head cheerleader. So I play it through and kind of get an idea of which ones of the requirements have been met. But once I've played it and gotten the idea, then I go in and start looking at the code and making sure all the requirements have been met. So item number 3 is a minimum of 7 gallery objects, including background scenery. And in this file, I can look in the object tree and see that there are much more than 7 objects here. And having watched the video as well, I know that all these objects are actually used in the story. Okay. Item 4 on our checklist is define and use a minimum of 3 world methods to divide the story into scenes and shots. And again, I can click on world and look at the methods, and I see that she's got a place scene 1, place scene 2, and place scene 3, in addition to the title instructions. And they are all listed here in my first method. We know we have to make sure that my first method plays so that all 3 of her scenes will play. And I see that as one of the events. When the mouse is clicked on the gem, which is the background area, my first method plays, which means that all 3 of the play scenes that she has created will play. So she's got those points. Item number 5, define and use a minimum of 1 object method to create a new behavior. And to find out if that was done, I just start looking at the different objects and looking for a new method that's been created. And in this case, the nerd has a new one that appears above create new method called clap. I look at it. It's got a parameter of num times. I look and make sure that is actually used in the method. And it is. There's a loop there that tells it whenever clap is called, his hands move num times, however many times that the parameter is set to. So this is the object method that was created for a new behavior for an object. So the nerd is now have the ability to clap. Let's go ahead and look at some of these scene methods as well. If I go back to world, open some of these up and see what goes on in them. So we can see if other requirements are met. Okay, so she's gone and created everything through scene step 5. Step 6 is add a minimum of 1 comment per method or function describing the purpose. And if you look at Alice, you can see the green. She's used comments liberally, several in each method. So she gets those points as well. The next requirement is a do in order statement, and the following one is a do together statement. If I look at her methods, I can see that she's got do together. In the scene 2, everything is inside a do in order, which is very good programming practice to start with. So these have been fulfilled in a number of different methods. She has do together and do in order. So that requirement has been met. Requirement number 9 is a minimum of 3 different camera positions using dummies. So the first thing I look for is to make sure there are dummies present. They're usually at the bottom of the screen. I scroll down, open the dummies folder, and I see that she's got 4 dummies there. The second thing is that she actually uses them. She uses the dummies to move the camera. So that's generally the first thing that happens in a scene. So I'll look at the scene code and see that she has camera set point of view to first shot, which is 1 dummy. Scene 2, I don't see a camera change. See, scene 3, got camera set point of view to talk to nerd, so that's another one. And then later on they set point of view to first shot, so it moves back. So in other methods that are available, the camera moves as well. Nerd claps in scene 3, it moves to a new dummy position. So that is talk to nerd. So she's got 4 different dummies set up, and she does use the camera and move to those dummy positions. So she meets that requirement. I'm going to continue on looking at the rest of the requirements. We've gone through requirements 1 through 9, and I'm going to do a second part for the rest of the requirements.